Charlo has the great equalizer, the one-hitter quitter.
Fight fans, welcome back.
Jermell Charlo has just...
He's being explosive, he's jumping in. Castaño comes right back with a counter shot.
Fight aficionados hold their breath as an entire division waits to finally crown a new king. In an era of fragmented titles, undisputed status carries a whole new meaning.
This is one of the biggest achievements a boxer can make, becoming undisputed, to obviously fight for undisputed. I'm gonna take this moment and enjoy it.
This is my era, I know. This is my time.
Two fighters who have sampled each other's strengths and weaknesses, so well matched, the judges were unable to separate them. Once again, these warriors lock horns in a battle for weight class supremacy. A Houston Hammer known to fight through adversity, facing an unheralded Argentine with understated abilities and a prodigious work rate. In this latest episode of our Closer Look series, we present Jermell Iron Man Charlo versus Brian El Boxy Castaño. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
It is for the undisputed 154.
For Jermell Charlo, the mission was simple: defeat Brian Castaño and unify the 154-pound division. Headlining last July in his home state after 12 rounds of breathtaking action, one half of boxing's most infamous sibling duo was left lamenting what might have been. Many believed Charlo had been slightly fortunate to receive a draw, but his power, poise, and champion's heart kept it close throughout.
The pressure is on him, and it will show.
The bell in round one, Charlo.
You know, like he's gonna have to come and do his thing.
Charlo's just basically looking for Castaño to make mistakes. Yeah, and he's really...
And here comes Castaño.
That's what...
And avoid,
Warning.
bombs.
Oh, but Charlo countered him and clipped him in between these shots. And Charlo now unloading on Castaño.
This is the opportunity that I crave, that I want, and I'm enjoying this moment. I'm gonna leave it all out there for everybody.
Warning.
Clips Charlo with the left hook. Charlo.
Castaño used. See, there's the
Beautiful
jab.
right hand and the left hook. Championship heart on display in San Antonio.
The decision is a split decision draw.
It was a tough fight, of course, but I feel that they robbed me.
Not to take anything away from what Brian Castaño did, but I feel like I pushed a lot harder tonight than he did.
Right hand clips the jaw. Now Charlo sitting down and marching forward.
This referee was Panama. I wish I would have got somebody with a guy with the eyes that look all crazy, and he'd be really into that. Like, yeah, he's known for that. He's okay with it.
His legs are funny.
Prior to the Castaño clash, Charlo had successfully unified against Jason Rosario.
Good hard hook there. Larry, thank you so much. Rosario in the leg hook. And J-Rock is hurt. Rosario moves in for the kill. His eyes are wobbling. And Benji Esteves, is he stopping it? He stopped it. He is the new WBA and IBF.
Dropping the WBA and IBF holder 3 times before an 8th round stoppage.
Obviously with the win. Oh, and is that a knockdown? The first half of this title unification fight as Charlo heard Rosario.
Have you ever seen anyone react like that?
That left hook. And oh my! Wow.
With a punch to the stomach.
Jermell Iron Man.
The air has been knocked out of the lungs.
Jermell's rise to prominence contained a sizable setback in late 2018.
The world wants to see unification between him and Jerry Hurd.
That left hook, bang. Oh, big shot. Down goes Ladder. A big left hook. Swift. Jerry.
And, everyone wants to see the Charlo Hurd, so.
And for him to take a fight of this magnitude, knowing I could throw a monkey wrench in that.
hailing from Detroit, Michigan,
Emmanuel believed in me and gave me the opportunity first.
Tony Superbad.
Warning.
Tony Harrison was a different individual. He had some skills.
Defense win championships. It's simple.
So did Jermell. So it's starting to heat up a little bit.
The hand of jab and good body work. There you go. There you go.
The Texan was left with his career on the line as Tony Harrison pulled off the upset and took his titles.
And the new
And that's what I did today, man. I played Matador. I was the Matador, he was the bull.
1 year later, almost to the day, an aggressively focused Charlo gritted out an 11th round revenge stoppage over his fierce rival.
I ain't gonna tell you what I believe, I'm gonna tell you what I know. And I'm gonna tell you facts. And I'm gonna tell you reality.
I said, Al, toss me right back in the smoke. I don't give a how much money you got. I know a bunch of millionaire. You one of them.
Yeah, Charlo was doing the right thing at the beginning of the round.
How's the rematch going to be different?
Like, come on. Well, how the rematch gonna be different? I'm gonna knock it out.
Right. Come on. Just a small abrasion.
Oh!
There he goes. Charlo puts Harrison down.
I won't lose to suckers.
Let's see how Tony Harrison answers.
Because, you can punch short of his punches. Good right now.
Round by round.
Oh!
Harrison is hurt. Harrison's down. He is the winner by way of knockout. He is the new.
I got that belt back. It took me a while. I got it out in the 11th, but I didn't leave it up to the judges.
Reclaiming the WBC title, Charlo placed his career back on course for undisputed status. That victory in the face of adversity can now be called upon as he enters another career-defining rematch. His opponent on May 14th is no stranger to debatable decisions. In 2019, Brian Carlos Castaño faced off against Cuban southpaw Erislandy Lara.
Lara with a nice straight left.
After 12 rounds and multiple shifts of momentum, the judges were unable to separate the pair.
114 to 114.
Resulting in a split draw verdict. Does Castaño's style lend itself to close fights, and will he be able to do enough in the Charlo rematch to get over the line? Castaño's first big step up in class was also a tight affair, as he defeated Michael Soro by split decision, albeit on away territory. However, there was nothing close about the night Castaño finally became a legitimate world champion.
The defending champion from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Patrick Teixeira.
As he widely outpointed WBO holder Patrick Teixeira 5 months before the first Charlo fight.
Argentina contra Brazil.
They fought. See, Castaño knows how to. He's jumping in with. He's being explosive. He's jumping in.
Seeing a lot of that type of pressure, those types of attacks.
Good left uppercut for Teixeira. Vicious body shot. Oh, and that left hand really caught Teixeira clean.
And new WBO Junior Middleweight Champion of the World.
The newly crowned king was finally competing on the biggest stage, displaying the kind of form that led him to amateur victories over Errol Spence.
Man down, strap easy, I know what time it is, baby.
And Sergey Derevyanchenko.
We've really never seen Golovkin hurt like this.
Unafraid to travel and risk his unbeaten record, once Castaño held the final piece of the puzzle, he quickly became a valuable in-house commodity for the PBC power brokers. Despite his 50% KO ratio,
11 of his knockouts. Oh! Charlo just dropped Lubin! Jermell Charlo has just vanquished Erickson Lubin!
Charlo is a solid puncher to both head and body. On the occasions he caught Castaño flush, the Argentine's legs swayed under the impact. Charlo holds a 5.5-inch reach advantage and uses his ramrod rangefinder to good effect, setting up the power shots in behind. Boasting a healthy 63% knockout ratio of his own, Castaño looked better when first throwing a jab before burrowing inside with slashing hooks.
What are you doing? Crazy? Go back.
The taller man by nearly 4 inches, Charlo can be a dominating force when he is using his size to full capacity. But a bigger frame presents more of a target for Castaño's whirlwind attacks. The Buenos Aires buzzsaw had little trouble landing his whipping left hook in their first encounter.
Charlo on the ropes. Castaño with some blistering combinations.
31-year-old Charlo has packed 246 rounds into his 26 professional bouts. But 32-year-old Castaño enjoyed a fruitful amateur career that included welterweight gold at the South American Games. Therefore, 120 rounds and 19 fights are not an entirely accurate representation of his collective experience. On their first meeting, Charlo struggled to cope with the intensity and energy. That said, whenever he lets his hands go,
I'm gonna knock his ass out.
Charlo's clubbing blows visibly backed up Castaño. Despite his relentless approach, Castaño is much more than a pressure fighter. His swarming style is built on strong fundamentals. If he can remain relatively patient, box intelligently, and not get too drunk on any success points, then the fight could be his to lose. Jermell struggled to find a rhythm last time, given that Castaño is such a difficult man to discourage. Charlo's coach Derek James will need to identify the correct combinations to keep their active adversary at bay. Their styles mesh perfectly. Castaño sets a high pace and has the stamina to see it through. Charlo fights in bursts, can let rounds slide by with limited involvement, but always carries the power to bail him out of tough situations.
Second knockdown of the fight.
If he gets his opponent on the hook late on, this time in Los Angeles, he might just need to let the bombs go.
You know, bombs.
And finish the job. Not since Ronald Winky Wright defeated Sugar Shane Mosley in 2004 has an undisputed king reigned at super welterweight.
It was the fight to unify the title in the 154-pound weight class.
Adding greater significance to Castaño's role as WBO holder, the winner here will become the first ever undisputed 154-pound ruler in a 4-belt era. One questionable scorecard aside, the first fight was a nip-and-tuck battle that left everyone on edge. Once again, it all sits on the line. Having already spent 36 minutes in each other's company, the two best fighters in the division are ready to become reacquainted in the trenches for round 13 and beyond. The return bout will be another red-blooded battle of skill, strategy, and firepower.
Bang! Down goes Austin Trout.
Castaño has announced himself as an authentic world champion and dangerous threat. Charlo believes that victory on May 14th will push his name into the esteemed Hall of Fame. It will be explosive and entertaining. Neither man will leave anything in the ring. Boxing now requires a conclusive winner to emerge as both an undisputed champion and newest member of the pound-for-pound elite.